welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shayla. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I thought we could have some fun with a few things. I was gonna make some tags, so I have a bunch of little tags right here. And I think I was just gonna cover them in this paper. So this is actually from Temu. If you have not heard of Temu, basically it's kind of one of those, sites that sells things very cheap, but you have to wait forever to get them. But so far I've had nothing but good things to say about them. I don't order from them too often. But they have some pretty affordable little crafty things. And this was a pack of paper, which I'll show y'all in a minute, that I got from there. And then I will be using some buttons. Yes, this is a cute little button jar that my mom got me when she was thrifting. So I have some buttons in here. And then I pulled out some Prima flowers. We might use these, and I'll show you in a minute when we do one, kind of what my thought is. And then, of course, if I don't find the buttons I need here, because I do need slightly specific ones, specifically a Shank button, which is the ones that have the little loop right there, but I want them to be flat. Sometimes they're rounded like this, which I can't use for this project. So I do also have a little backup button scoop, if you will. I do have some scissors, and then I also have some fabric tack, but let's just jump into it. So first, let me show you this paper because it is super cute. And I'll have at some point here soon, when I get my room all cleaned up, I actually redid my desk area again. I'm crazy, I know. But I really like how it turned out. So stay tuned for that in the near future. But anyways, so these are just, they almost feel like copy paper. They're not anything super like thick or, specialty paper, but I loved the images on them. And I think I paid a total for all of these like $2. So like I said, it's very affordable. If you're on a budget and you can't find things like this at like a thrift store, or if it's too expensive at a craft store. I don't even see stuff like this in a craft store. So I thought this was really neat, especially if you can't get your hands on like a vintage book, or, some people don't like cutting up vintage books, which I definitely understand. So these are just like some really nice prints. You can also use printables though. There are several great shops that do printables online. So yeah, that's the little collection there. So I thought maybe we'll just use this as kind of background. Specifically, I really liked this first one here, so we'll start with that. Okay, so I'm going to use a little tag here, nothing special, and just going to kind of see where I want it to go. I kind of like this, this little piece right here. So I think what I'm going to do is put it like right there. That seems good. Okay. And I'm just kind of, doing what I guess feels right. So for the paper part, I'll use this Barely Art glitter glue type glue. It's good for paper. Although I have found with this glue, as much as I do really like it, it grabs quickly. But the only thing is, if you're using like actually vintage paper, sometimes you can see a little bleed through of the glue, like your glue lines, which is not great. So, all right about there. Okay, and we'll just smoosh that down, and let me move these out of the way so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're just gonna smooth that down. Sorry, you can see my arms today. I'm not the biggest fan of my arms. So, okay. So now I'm just gonna trim it. All right. Just do your best. The goal is to make several of these and not spend too much time on them. I can always go back and like super embellish them later. So for now, we'll do this all at once. Okay. So we have our first little tag. Isn't that so cute? And then I'll go back at the very end and punch through that hole. So we'll still have like the tag part. Okay, so we have one. And we're just going to make a few really quick. That way we can decorate them together. And I do like the ladies here. I think she looks so super fabulous. So sorry other lady. We're cutting them out of the picture. Okay. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I do like the line there because it's going to give like a cool little look to it. Okay. So let's do this again. And I hope I'll inspire you to make something with me. These are really easy. And you don't need to do, you know, the button or the flower thing I'll show y'all. You can just decorate them. But maybe it'll inspire you to make some tags today. Very fun, simple project. We're just building our stash. That's what this is. I feel like I never have a stash anymore. It's always gone. Because usually if I'm making something, you know, like I sometimes I'll hang on to it if it's like my first one because I like to have a reference. But a lot of times I sell a lot of my stuff. And y'all know, if you know, you know, you've been on this channel. I do sell my stuff on Whatnot. Shameless self promo right there, but it's in the description if you're interested in checking it out. Okay, so we do have a few little gaps here. I'm just gonna come in and put just a little glue just so we can. And I think these tags at one point I did like tea dye or coffee dye or something. That's what they feel like anyways. I just grabbed from my little tag drawer. Some random little tags. Okay, perfect. So we have our second one there. Very, very cute. And see, there's that little line. I don't know. I like that. And then we could do this one. Okay. The ladies will get their time to shine. We'll just use the paper. Make sure we get the edges really well. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day wherever you may be, whatever you may be doing. If you're on your way to work or coming home from work and listening to me, hello. I understand the work grind. Okay. Let's see. Little spot, need some more glue. Right there too. I do like the fine tip on that glue though. It's very nice. Okay. So there we go. And now we're going to cut this one. I think I'm still on the search though to find like my absolute favorite liquid glue. So if y'all have any recommendations, please drop them in the comments. Because I'm always down to try out another glue. I do have a glue stick I really like, and that's the Scotch Create glue stick. And I do save these little bits because you can use them, not these, but I mean, you could save these, but I save like these types of things for clusters or for like collage master boards. Those are perfect for that. And sorry if you also hear my squeaky chair. I love it, so I'm not getting rid of it. Okay, so there we go. We have the ladies, we have the one lady, and then we also have the dresses. So pretty. Okay. And then let's pick out another page. I mean, we can just do this one. I like this. I feel like I really need to get her hat though. And I don't think I have a tag that is big enough. So maybe not her. Maybe we save her and we do one of these ladies. That works. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. I'm just gonna cut this other lady out of the picture. Sorry. Hopefully I cut that big enough. Ah, it's too short. Okay. Well, we can do a smaller tag. How about that? I have this one, and I'm just gonna take this out for a second to make it easier on myself. Oh, it's so cute. We'll cover this side. I think as long as we get her dress, that should be good. Okay. Perfect. All right. And we're just gonna plop it down. Definitely have to slide it. Oops. That's okay. A little crooked. It grabs fast. Okay. But that is perfectly fine. We're just going to cut. Okay. Okay. There we go. Super, super cute, right? Okay, I think that's enough to start with. So let's go ahead and start embellishing. Or maybe I should I do one more? Let's see, does this one fit? Oh, it's too short. What am I doing? Maybe. I'm wondering if this will. I'm not in love with that. See, that one's a little wonky. Okay, we'll just leave it as is. Oh, I do have these. Silly, I totally forgot about these. Okay. Just kidding. We'll do another one. We'll do at least 5. I think that's a good number to shoot for, right? Adding 5 tags to my stash. And I have to say, I can't take full credit for this idea because my mom, who knew she was also a paper crafter, she originally showed me this idea, and I was like, that is such an awesome idea. I'm going to try it. So here we are. So thanks, Mom. I don't even know if my mom, I don't even know if she watches YouTube. I don't think she does, but that's okay. I know my grandma does. Hi, Grandma. I am very, I always say I'm very blessed to have such a creative family. And the reason for that, or the reason I say that, is my mom does all sorts of crafts. But she has dabbled in jewelry for most of her, I'd say, artistic career. And she has like a small business and she's works full time. I don't know how she does it all. And then my grandma makes beautiful, beautiful dream catchers. I have several. And then my aunt, which, those are the people I'm closest with, I would say. I have, you have like your big family, and then you also have like your close-knit family that you see all the time. And so my aunt, she makes beautiful fairy gardens, and she also makes necklaces, like chokers with like beautiful beads. So yeah, I have a very creative little family, which is great. Okay, so we have these. They're looking good. I love the style of them. So now I'm going to dig into our flowers here. And I have a little tray so we can all look together. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever looked through these flowers, so I'm excited to go through them with you. Look at all the flowers. Okay, so I'm looking for kind of ones that can fit on the cards. Like, see, I'll need smaller ones for these, and then these I can use like slightly bigger ones if I wanted to. I don't know how big I want to go, but like, see, that one might be too big. Okay, maybe too big. Ooh, that's a pretty one. We have a beautiful little blue one. I like the blue. Too big. We have this cute little green one. This would actually go really well with that one. And then maybe that one with that one. Okay. And then we need one more. Let's see. I like this blue color. It's very pretty. Look at that one. Okay, so maybe that one. Let's pick out just like one more option. Ooh, I like it's like a bronze brassy color. I don't know. That one's kind of cool. I feel like that would look good inside of one of these. Ooh, okay. We'll do that. Now I'm like, let's layer. Oh, I have a problem. Ooh, I like that one. Okay. I wonder if I could find a little, maybe for the big ones, we'll layer. That sounds good. And I love like I love these paper flowers because you can do so many things. You can stamp on these. You can use alcohol ink on these. I have not tried like distress crowns, but I can't see why you wouldn't be able to use them. And then obviously the layering factor. You can layer all sorts of colors together and they just look great. Like, I like that, but it looks a little like Christmassy. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's not really the theme. So I'm trying to find like a tiny white one. These are all like curly. I kind of like that. We'll try that. Is there any other little white flowers? Oh, here's this one. This one might be better. There we go. Okay, perfect. So we have our flowers picked out. Set those off to the side. And then now we're going to be utilizing our buttons. If you don't have buttons, you could also use brads, which are basically, they call them push pins as well, I believe. Or no, they call them fasteners. That's another, I say they, but you know, that's just, some people call them fasteners. Okay. First, a little button ASMR. Okay, so these are just gonna have one flower. So I'll just glue it down probably in the middle there, and I like it in the corner. So we can have a little bit of overhang, but I think that looks good. And let's hope that my glue comes out. I feel like these are great, but once they start getting, you know, like halfway unfull, it takes a second for the glue to come down. Come on. I want to play. Perfect. All right, and then I'm just gonna put the flower down just like that. Nothing fancy. Just like that. You can see that just like that. Okay, so we'll glue all these down first and then we'll do the button part. And I'm just putting it in the middle because I want the flower little petals to be able to like lift. Okay, just like that. Cute, right? Cute so far. And then if you wanted to take it one step further, you could distress them with some distress ink before you glue them down to give them like an aged look. And we can do that for this one. How about that? We'll do it for the purple one. And this was what color? Walnut stone. Okay. I like to make sure I'm using the same dauber, which I mark. Which, you know, in hindsight, I could have just put a piece of tape right here and then wrote it instead of doing all this work and tying. But the string actually coordinates with the color. So I know if I grab one of these, it's one of my like brown colors. I know I'm crazy, but crazy organized. I'm kidding. I'm not that organized. But it's nice if you thought that. Okay, so I'm just giving the edges a little pizzazz. It kind of makes it almost look like I burned the edges, which is kind of cool. All right, there we go. Instant burnished edges. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy on here. Okay. Do a nice big dab of glue. Okay, perfect. So there's that one. And then now we're just gonna layer. So whenever I put my other flower on top, you usually want to like kind of, how do I do? Okay, how do I say this? So wherever the middle of your smaller flower is, I usually put that where like each petal splits, if that makes sense. And it just gives like a nice little, like it looks more full than if I go like this. You know what I mean? So kind of just angle it. And it won't be absolutely perfect because obviously this only has 4 petals, but it'll do its job. All right, put a little glue in the middle. And then I'm just going to line it up. Oh. Try and get in the middle there. Perfect. Okay, so there we go. We have our first little flower. Isn't it so cute? Okay, and then let's go ahead and do the next one. And I don't know, I guess I just prefer the right corner. You could put them wherever you wanted. It doesn't have to be on the corner. Okay, there's one. I don't know, I just like how it looks. And we're doing assembly line style because we're trying to make a lot of these in a short amount of time. So, okay, same thing. Just kind of, oh. Flower gone wild. Okay, there we go. The second one done for the big tags. And then the last one, this one I think is really fun. I like the colors. Okay, so then the last one. All right. And then same thing, we're just gonna put this flower on top. And I could do it like that, but I like it the other way, so really want to make sure we get the glue in there. All right, perfect. And then there is the last one. Okay, so now that we have our flowers, this is where, excuse me, you could put a little fastener or a brad through and then just call it done. You could also put a gem, like, you know, one of those little bling gems. You could put that. What else could you put on there? You could put like maybe a small postage stamp, you know, instead. Totally up to you. But I am going to do the idea that my mom had. And you know what? I forgot one thing. So let me pause. I'll be right back. Okay, don't murder me. I added a few things because I forgot. So you could stop here. You could do your brads and put that in the middle and just be done. But if you're going to do this style, there is a reason that we're using these little shank buttons. And there is a reason that you want it to be flat. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue the shank button down on each of these flowers. So I got to find And this is where it gets a little tricky because I have to find the right shank buttons. Like, see, this one's blue. So maybe we could do the blue one here. And then we could do this one right here. And I'm just kind of digging to see what I can do. Ooh, I have this one. This one's kind of cool. That one's like industrial metal. Let's do it. I have a cute little purple one. Okay, perfect. And then I need one more. Let's see. I have a little red one. That one's kind of cute. Okay, perfect. And it ties in with the red. Okay, so we have those. Before we glue them down, like I said, there is a reason for that. And the reason is we are going to add a little charm on them. I know. How exciting. So I have some jump rings here, just depending on what kind of charm I'm using. And then I also have some gourd pins. This is actually just all my like safety pins and whatnot. But a gourd pin or a bulb pin looks like this. And you can find them pretty cheap online. I actually bought a pack from Temu for like $1. And it was like 30 of them, I think. So not too bad. Okay, so, and then I have right here on my little tray just some charms I picked out. Hopefully, you know, I can find one for each one. So I'm going to start before I glue it down, because once you glue it down, it would be hard to put a charm on here. I'm going to put charms on here. So let's see. And obviously, I have not cracked this open yet, so we're using it today. All right, now I'm just going to move that kind of off to the side. Well, I guess there we go. That works. Perfect. Okay, starting with this one, let's see. I'm going to match up my charms here. So I think this one would look good with that one. And then I do have some gold here, so I think this one would look good with that one. And then I do have this one, which is very interesting. It's just like a little doodad. So I think that one would look good with that one. And then I do have some smaller charms. I really like this like super sparkly one. Maybe this one will look better. Okay, I like that one better. And then I have a little key we can do for one of these. I'm going to say this one. And then I have a little spoke. And I also have this little, it's a little tarnished. Super cute though. I don't know if you can see that. I do have this one too. I just don't want to weigh it down too much, you know. I think we'll try out the spoke. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we're moving these off to the side. And now we attach. So let's see. I think what I could do is just use some little jump rings. Oh wow, these are like packaged. Okay. And I'm going to go for the big jump ring because it'll just be easier to see and work with. And let's see how bendable these are. Oh, these are so bendable. They're very flexible. So then I'm just going to put a jump ring through here. And then put my little charm. And then bend it right back. Just like that. And there we go. We have a little charm. Isn't that the cutest? Okay. And then we're going to do the same. And I'm just going to, I don't mind mixing metals for my, you know, it is junk journaling, let's be honest. So I definitely don't mind mixing metals. So even though this is gold, I'm using this little, you know, what is this called? Whatever, this antique brassy type color. And I'm just using that. It's just easier, you know. Okay, And I like it. It makes it look a little junky, which I'm a fan of. All right. And then we're going to add our little doodad. Close it up. Aren't these so cute? Look at that. They don't have to be perfect. That's the fun part. What is perfection? Okay, same thing. Oh, and I like to go through here first and then put the charm on. Close it up. There we go. We have one done. And then last one. Nope. Open it up. This one's a little more tricky because it's kind of flush, but you just thread it through. There we go. Put the key on. The key to my heart. Crafting. And food. Food too. What's the key to your heart? Food and crafting. That's it. That's all I need. Okay, so we're done with the jump rings now. We can put those away. All right. We didn't see, look, we didn't even need these. These are just to help close the jump rings, but those were awesome. Okay, we're done with the buttons. So now we just glue. And let me clean off my glue here. The little scrap piece of paper. Okay. And I feel like if you give it enough time to dry, Fabri-Tac will work for this. If you're uncomfortable or if you feel like it's not going to work, you can definitely use like a hot glue gun for this part. Okay, and then I'm just going to put that in the middle, smoosh it down, and that is it. Same thing. Put a good amount of glue. Put it in the middle. And we repeat. Glue in the middle. Make sure they're nice and pressed down. And you could even make these like, you don't have to make the tag part immediately. You could just make the charm, you know, with your shank buttons. And then whenever you want to make these, you just have the little charms ready to go. So that's another idea if you don't want to dig out your tags, or if you're like, man, I don't have paper flowers right this second, but I'm going to get some. Then, you know, you can just do one part of it and have it ready to go. Okie doke. Alrighty. So let's look at these. I do need to punch a hole. So let me get my hole punch really quick. Okay. Let's see here. And then of course, you know, later on I can add lace to the top to make it, you know, turn into a tag. And you could also do on the sides, you can distress ink those as well. So just some options there. Oh, I did a terrible job on that one. Okay, well, that's a little better. You can't tell, except for when you turn it on the other side. Okay, perfect. So they are all done. Let's look at our work. Oops, sorry. We have this beautiful one. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. We have this one. So very pretty. Here, let me zoom you in. How about that? Okay, can I do that? Yes. Aren't those so pretty? I'm just so enamored by them. But anyways, thank you so very much for joining me. I hope I have inspired you to make something great. Remember, you can always have fun with few things, Fun is simple. If you like this video, please give it a like. It helps me with the good old YouTube algorithm. Leave me a comment as well. What are some things that bring joy to your life? I want to know. Of course, I told you I enjoy crafting and food. I'm a simple girl. And then, of course, you know, in my description, I do have my Whatnot channel. So I would love if you would follow me over there. You can see my shows and buy some of my handcrafted goods. But thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and stay crafty. Bye.